to move, although I have candidates nominated for local government, I cannot campaign for them. My members of parliament are going to be being nominated from Wednesday. I cannot campaign for them. They say I'm not nominated, but I am a party president. I have been in this house for 19 years. I have campaigned on UPC. UPC, we have been together on so many issues, and we've even been able to sit sit with you on the front bench. But when it comes to equity, God bless Uganda. Mr. Speaker, sir, I have been holding on to your official jersey for Uganda motocross cranes.
Oh, I had feared it's for UPC.
When you see me in yellow, you know it's the national event. I will not be in yellow other than that. But, Mr. Speaker, in 2024, I came on the floor requesting support of Parliament to send a team to Morocco. We went to Morocco. We returned as number 2 in Africa. This year, the competition was in Zimbabwe, and we're number 3 in Africa for this current year. And 2 of the students which Parliament took up, the young lady by the name of Helena Birungi, was able to defend her individual championship as the junior women's champion for Africa. Fortunately or unfortunately, under the competition rules, I cannot compete in Uganda, but I can compete for Uganda in international events.
Why?
Because by virtue of being a president of the federation, I am an ex-official member of the highest appellant body. So there's fear of conflict of interest that if I'm competing for points, I cannot, it will affect the outcome. So I don't compete locally, but when I have a chance to wear this jersey, I will, and I do, at least try to represent Uganda. And on this point, I want to put this one also on record. When we had Chan, I was invited as a president of Motorsport. I had my full jersey on, and it was my intention to kneel during the national anthem at Kololo Airstrip, because I am, at this moment, carrying out a protest on why I have been denied to be nominated to contest for the presidency of the Republic of Uganda. But I failed to do it at Kololo Independence Grounds. Reason being, Kololo is where the Union Jack went down and the Uganda flag went up. And the person who was there to receive the instruments of power was my father. So it was not going to be possible to see Akena kneeling in Kololo when the national anthem for Uganda is being played. But that doesn't mean I'm not hurt. It doesn't mean I am not breaking inside. Please, I am asking this one, and I'm asking you people at the front bench, tell the president, stop this. It's wrong. It is wrong. UPC has been accused of rigging elections. This is a chance I have as Jimmy Akena to set that record straight. You won't even let me get past the gate. Is this an election or is this a farce? I'm ready to go through this for the sake of the people who support me, for the sake of UPC, who has representatives here. But injustice and what you're doing is wrong. On record, the FIA, the international body for automobiles, and the international body for motorcycles are having their annual general assemblies, of which I intend to be there. And trust me, when the national anthem of Uganda is being played and we are there at the forefront, do not be surprised if you see Jimmy Akena on his knees. That is the way us in sports, we register our complaint. But what you've done to UPC, what you've done to Uganda, what you're doing to me is wrong. Let the record show it is wrong. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
It's not yours. Will be handled later. Thank you, Honorable Akena. Honorable Akena invited me for the part of Africa motor rally, and I saw the good work he's doing in terms of promoting sports in this country. And I saw promoting Uganda's name across the region. The international rally drivers who came to participate, they were all very, very full of praises for him and our country. So I want to thank you. Yeah.
I forgot to mention that they got it in the last rally, which was held in Tanzania, but we are the current, Uganda holds the current championship for the first time in 26 years.
Raised of your candidature. You have a platform under iPod, under which you work. I think you also have the party's consultative forum. These are issues for presidents at your level. But I remember when I was reading, it was as if it was an internal UPC matter, internally as UPC resolving your matters. But I don't have much information about this. I would encourage that indeed, if there is any discussions needed at iPod level, in case there is interference beyond the internal matters, can be handled at that level. That's what I would request. Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Honourable Jimmy Akena and I were born in the same year. I use shea butter. I use shea butter and I shave my chin. Mr. Speaker, our generation is really the generation that has the history of Uganda written on their bodies. Imagine you're born in 1967. When you're 4 years old, the government is overthrown in a military coup. When you are turning 12, about to join secondary school, another war goes on. When you are in O level, you have a coup. Within a year, another violent takeover of government. So I want to state here that unless there is a consensus on rules of engagement in any country, human resources will continue to be wasted. We have a lot of gifted people in this country, but because of our kind of politics, human resources are wasted. You find people who should be serving the country are either dead, in exile, or in prison. So this is a matter that we have always been talking about as the Democratic Party, because for us, we have borne the brunt. Our leader was abducted and murdered. We should be crying the loudest. We have been victims of fraudulent elections. But what is clear is that as political parties, courts should be really avoided, because courts are very problematic. I know for a fact that the UPC case, the moment it went to court, whoever talked to me, I told them, please avoid court, because then you have injunction after an injunction, and sometimes you have decisions that are not based on good context. It is regrettable that a substantive leader like the Honorable Jimmy Akena, who for years got his education at the feet of one of the best statesmen in Africa, Dr. Apollo Milton Obote, is unable to run for president. But amends definitely can always be made. In Kenya, a man who has been mistreated, who was abused left, right, and center, finally, as they say, Basimo Genze. Fortunately, the Honorable Jimmy Akena is still young. He's in good health.
What does that mean?
I'm
I
saying,
heard some words in a certain language.
I said that the situation of the Honorable Raila Odinga shows that it is in the nature of human beings not to appreciate the blessings they have until it is too late. But it will never be too late for the
So that's
Honorable
what
Jimmy
Basimo
Akena.
Genze means.
Basimo Genze means you are appreciated when you are dead.
Okay.
Finally, Mr. Speaker, as the current chair of the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue Summit, I want to refer to a provision which enjoins us that in case of an internal conflict or disagreement in a member party, not even between two parties, in a member party, the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue may, through its Conflict Resolution Committee, intervene with a view to having the dispute amicably resolved. This is not confined to the Uganda People's Congress. I've had my fair share. The National Resistance Movement virtually degenerated into a Kung Fu tournament in some cases in their internal primaries. The leading opposition party in the Parliament of Uganda are still smarting from painful processes of selecting candidates. This is a sign that Uganda is still an adolescent in terms of democracy. I'm looking at the speaker. The speaker is sitting at the same side with the Honorable Medad Segona. But I cannot look at the speaker without moving my head via the Honorable Segona. But I'm also looking at you, Jema President. I think the Honorable Jimmy Akena's statement, which was heartfelt, is something that we should reflect about. I undertake, as the chair of IPOD, to communicate to colleagues in case there is anything we can do collectively to avoid this in future. But let's stick together. I want my honorable brother to know that whatever it takes, this is about Uganda. And let's do our best to put Uganda first. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Next item.
Item 3 on the order paper, laying of papers. 3.1, the Sugar Regulations 2025.